Good evening, boys and girls. Once again, I would like to apologize for those of you who are not able to get onto the writing Zoom meeting. So I just thought I would quickly go over what we did, and so that it'll be clear to you when you look at your writing assignment for tomorrow. So if you will remember yesterday, we each created a heart map. And by the way, I was incredibly impressed with how well most of you followed directions and the ideas that you came up with. And they were just ideas. And I remember you told me that you could think of 1,000,000 stories about each one of them. So last night I was thinking which one I wanted to pick, and I decided on my dad's toy store. When I was a little girl, up until I think the time, actually I wasn't such a little girl, when I was 33 years old is when he sold the store. So he had it for quite a while, and so you can imagine there are still so many stories to tell. So what I would like you to do this evening, or don't worry, maybe early tomorrow morning, so that you're ready for our lesson, I want you to think of 1,000,000 stories, not really 1,000,000, that you could tell about only one topic on your hot map. Now, you're not going to tell the story. You're just going to create a list and jot down what the stories are. So I started to create a list. Here's my model for you. I'll read some of them. And in my mind, I'm going to say, I can tell you a story about the time my dad would not let me have the Snoopy dog that I wanted. It was a little wooden dog, and it had a leash, and I loved moving it around. I'm not going to tell you the story, though, but I could tell you a story. I could tell you, here's the next thing on my list. I could tell you a story about my dad's toy store when I fell asleep in the back of the store on this big plastic seesaw, and it was Christmas Eve, and everybody, my mom, my dad, my brother, the workers, my dad, some of the customers, they were all looking for me. I could tell you another story about my dad's toy store. I remember, this is a little sad for Miss Kaplan, and I never did it again. I remember there was a little section where there was toy jewelry, and I wanted more than anything to give my friend in 4th grade this little toy ring. And I asked my dad, and again, he said no. I did something that was really wrong. You can guess what I did. Yeah, I took the ring. Wow, I never did anything like that again. I could also tell you a story about, and it was also on Christmas Eve, actually. I had just gotten my first car. It was parked in front of the store, and it was very, very busy because people were picking up their orders for Christmas, their holiday, and we heard a huge crash, and it was my car. It got destroyed. I could tell you another story about the day my dad sold his store. That would be a sad story. I just wrote down 5. Your job is to pick one little thing on your heart map. And then I want you to list the stories you could tell. I don't want you to tell the stories. I want you to follow what I did and make a list of the stories you could tell. It helped me to say each time before I wrote, I could tell a story about the time I took a ring and I shouldn't have. I could tell a story about the time my dad sold his toy store. I want you to create a list of somewhere between 5 and 10 stories that you could tell about one topic. And I cannot wait to hear your ideas. I have no doubt that you are good storytellers. Children have the best stories to tell. So good luck, and make sure when you are choosing which topic is going to be your story, think about which one you would have the most stories to tell about that topic. So I want to say good evening to you, apologize again. And I am also going to post my example of the name jar that I made. And I don't want you to pressure your parents tonight. You could do it towards the end of the week, but please remember to have them tell you the story about how you got your name. And you'll see mine as a model. So I say goodnight. I will see you tomorrow. And I am sure we'll get it right this time with Zoom. Mwah.